So we appreciate that work on behalf of our literacy team at the middle school. And I want to talk about Honor Band, middle school Honor Band. We have several students who have been selected to be part of the Flyweight Conference 2020 Middle School Honor Band. And what it is our top 7th and 8th grade level students, they will audition for this, and they'll be part of a Flyweight Conference-wide band. The event will be held on January 29th, Wednesday. It starts at 8:30 with welcome and registration. 9 o'clock, there are sectionals, woodwind, brass, percussion separated, and there's full groups, snack breaks, lunch, more full group rehearsal, then a dress rehearsal, and then a concert on that same night at Bessie Allen, probably at Horace Mann High School in their auditorium. At 5 o'clock, there'll be a concert with all these students coming from all the different middle schools in the conference. And if I can read the names of the students that were selected to attend, it would be Maggie Wolf, Grindola, Ash Lane, Hannah Wolf, Emily Durkowski, Natalie Jensen, Izzy McFadden, I think it's Haven Siegel, if I pronounced that right, and Haven, thank you, and Ryan Clark. So we congratulate those students on excelling on their instruments and being selected to be part of this Flyweight Conference Middle School Honors Band. And I was going to mention the math night as well. Thank you for the nice slide you had there. I want to add that we're going to have presentations on each of our programs. In grades K through 5, we are using the Bridges program. And in grades 6 through 8, we're using the CPM mathematics program, which is also flowing up into the high school with algebra this first year. And we're going to have a presenter from CPM come and provide 2 presentations, one at 5:05 and one at 6:05, for parents to come and listen about CPM and to ask questions from one of CPM's experts. And so we do appreciate that support from CPM. Also at 5:35 and at 6:35, there'll be presentations on the Bridges curriculum by Stacy Walworth, who is our math interventionist working at Parkview and at middle school. And again, she's there to describe the program, answer parent questions, and to give more information about these 2 new math curriculums that have been adopted, and this is our first year implementing them.
All right, thank you, Lee. At the high school, 2 weeks from now, January 15th, 16th, and 17th, we'll be holding our semester exams. We spread those over 3 days. Start a little later each day, but what we do is we invite all the kids. We have a quiet reading hour for about an hour to start the day. The fitness center is also open, as well as breakfast is served to more of a larger population than the normal group each morning. So over those 3 days, we give the kids a little different format for the day and spread those exams and projects and activities over 3 days. If you happen to see in the newspaper, on December 23rd and 24th, our Interact and some of our other student groups on Sunday, the 23rd, decorated dozens and dozens. I think we had 30 dozen cookies down at the fire station. We had a couple people donate the supplies for that, and then they hopped in the public emergency service vehicles and they delivered those to the nursing homes around town, each of our kids. And then the next day, that same group came back, and with the $1,500 they raised, as well as the canned food items they raised and non-perishables they raised over Christmas, they delivered those to a variety of families around town. So each family got groceries and a gift card on the 24th. And we found that's very powerful to have a student walk up to another house and deliver those things. So I want to thank Tom Nennick and his groups and Brad Marks and everybody down at the fire station really helping out with that. If you've not been up to the high school lately, our signage came in over Christmas break, so all our outside doors, our office, and some interior doors are all now labeled. So we're consistent between the 3 buildings, and Scott, I think it turned out really, really nice. They did a good job.
You said that because I had my hands in it. He's like Scott. Yeah, that's because I was part of it all. So, thanks, Lee.
And then tomorrow night, we are holding our annual 9th grade elective orientation evening, as well as our course selection night. So basically from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock tomorrow, our next year's freshmen through seniors are invited up to the building. We have presentations at 4:30 and 6 o'clock to parents of our next year's freshmen. They learn about all our elective areas. We also have representatives from Marion University, UW Fond du Lac, Moraine Park. Also, our youth apprenticeship director will be on site tomorrow night just to answer questions for all kids regarding opportunities after high school. And then our upperclassmen are also invited to come up and start putting their selections into the computer, or we start figuring out sections, and then also meet with departments on course sequence. In the last couple of years, we've had basically 100% turnout from our incoming freshman class. And then tomorrow night, we're hosting a home boys basketball game, so after that event, everyone who attends is invited to attend that event, and it's also alumni band night tomorrow night, so we hope to have a big crowd. And then finally, I did not get the results for our Way Cool band, but our show choir did make finals Saturday up in Colby, which was nice to hear. And I think we ended up taking fifth place, so that was good to make finals whenever you're in show choir.
The high school scheduling night, and I'm totally asking this as a parent of an incoming freshman, is that the same presentation at 4:30 and then again at 6?
Identical, yeah.
Okay, that's good, because 4:30 would be really tough tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
Yeah. Moving on down to new business, we have resolution 1920-135. Approval to hire Teresa Wesky, part-time school psychologist.
So moved.
Motion by Joe, second by Jim. Here.
So Carissa is coming to us from the Columbus School District. She has about 5.5 years of previous experience in the school psych. And she has 1 year of experience as a student services program manager in the Sun Prairie Area School District. We are bringing her on board to help with IEP reviewing, work in our Connections Academy to help provide some more of that intensive support those students are needing, and a few other things in there too. But she'll be part-time, so she's a 0.5 FTE.
Just for the rest of this year.
Just for the rest of this year, yep.
One of the things that I shared with the administrative team is that strategically adding a psychologist on staffing wise is wise. When you do that, we've talked about the need of a social worker. Psychologists can kind of fill in some of that role. We need IEP support. Psychologists can do that. Social worker cannot. Counselor cannot. Psychologists can provide just regular counseling services. And one of the things that just recently I heard at a statewide presentation was about mental health. And it was said, there's a stigma even when you use the word mental health. No, mental health is, how you doing? Good, you're doing well, great, that's mental health. So it can support mental health behavior work we have here in the school district. Karen mentioned our alternative education, our emotional needs program, could use more support. We actually have a vacancy in that area right now because we've had students move in with the needs. So later on, we have an overload being recommended for our current staff member, because the fact that we've not been able to find the right fit for the counterpart for the program. So with that, this position can provide some support. They're not going to be providing instruction like a classroom teacher, but there absolutely can be in a coaching type of work for us. So with that comes, when we talk about all these different positions, the one that comes back with the most federal aid support the next year are school psychologists. So you have classroom teachers, then the psychologist would be next as far as the amount of aid. So it's beneficial to add in a position like this with all the flexibility that we have. So it's and at a 50% for the rest of the school year, it's very inexpensive. So it's great to see this professional resource being added to us. I do know that we would like to see something like this continue. So we're going to be piloting this and seeing how things go and just trying to be as creative as possible. So great opportunity to find somebody with that experience willing to accept a position with us at 50% this time of year. Most likely these positions are very extremely difficult to fill and would be like a contracted service through like a CISA. So if we were to look at CISA services compared to this, it's a big difference in cost. So it's great to see. I'm a fan.
Any questions for Karen?
I guess you answered my question. Is the idea or the thought to continue this position next year?
We're going to come back this spring with some staffing recommendations. We just had, so we would love to. We would absolutely love to. But what we want to do is to really have a strong look at what we're doing with this role, because we have to be mindful of the overall budget. So yes, that'd be great, but I also don't want to put the cart before the horse. So we're really going to take advantage of this opportunity. I think if you were to talk to the administrative team, you'd say, yes, we would like to see the position, we'd love to see it full-time. But we want to make sure we have exactly what those duties are all about. Karen mentioned, here, look, these are some of the things, and as we're bringing this person on board, we're still open to some other ideas. We've identified that we have a hole as far as the staffing level, and maybe we could address a lot of those needs with this position. If we can't find the other positions, those other individuals for those jobs, maybe this one can come in and help to meet a great deal of those needs. So we just want to go slow to go fast is the deal. We want to get it right.
Any other questions for Kira? Joe?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Motion carried, 7-0. Thank you.
Did you go to see? Hey, Kara, why don't you just stay right there?
Okay, resolution 1920-137, approval of Start College Now requests. Teacher overload for Hannah Lockwood.
There you go. Typo on
Yeah,
that.
it's a typo on that top thing.
Oh, sure is.
So the resolution is for teacher overload for Hannah Lockwood for special education teacher for the remainder of the school year. Need a
I
motion?
didn't notice.
So move.
Jenny? Second by Noah.
Who was the first?
Jenny. Okay.
All right, so Hannah has been working on the job of 2 full-time teachers. Up there, you'll see kind of the breakdown of the Connections Academy program. That program, again, is new this year. We brought Hannah on board as the lead teacher. At the end of last school year, we were projected to have 7 students as part of that program. With the number of paraprofessionals and with Hannah, that was a good staffing ratio, and we were set to go. We did have some transfer students move in. That bumped her caseload up to 12. The updated point value for the DPI formulary is, she's at 34.48 right now, and DPI recommends that special ed caseloads don't exceed 26. So she's well over in general, but given the needs of the student, she's really over. The needs are quite high in that program. We currently have 2 unfilled paraprofessional positions within that program, as well as an unfilled teacher position. So she's working the job of probably more than 2 people at this point. She's doing it with grace and poise. If a general ed teacher were asked to give up their lunch and prep on a daily basis, we would certainly give them recognition for that. And so I would just ask that we do the same for Hannah.
Is she okay with it?
Yeah, we're trying to, and we have a position, so I think she's okay with it because we have a position posted. And we do have some interest recently that.
She knows we're working on it, and she would appreciate, the recognition for the hours she's putting in, that she wouldn't have to if we had that extra.
The goal is not to stay in the overload
Right.
status.
Not that you said, hey.
Not a brand new
This is your
hire.
job.
That was not the
Yeah,
goal.
no. Oh, goodness.
Any questions for Kira on this resolution?
I'm just curious if there's anything else that we could be doing as a district to support her. I mean, extra money is great, but it does not take away the emotional burden of
Yeah.
doing all
That
of
school
that.
psych you just approved?
Yeah, that should
Our
help.
time is in the program.
No.
Kara, a lot of her time is also help supporting the program too. So we're fortunate to have her in the position. that
The
she
last
wants
thing we
to
need
do
is for
that.
her to burn
Yeah,
out.
no.
Right, correct, yeah.
We want
Yeah.
to do right by everybody, so
Mhm.
the move-ins came in after the beginning of the school year, and we've been looking for a support fit into the program, because it is about the right mindset and the right people.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
so
These are
that's
not,
the
you can't
challenge.
just put a body in there and expect to
No.
have a good outcome.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah, unique learners require unique adults.
Mhm.
So this is a one semester overload. It's not for the year. Per the employee handbook and the comp model, we have a streamlined version.
Mhm.
Overloads are $44.50 for a semester. So we're asking for the semester, knowing that, hey, let's see what we can come up with this spring. And we will bring this forward quickly. So a couple months, we're not gonna wait till the end of the year to have it approved. So.
Any other questions on this resolution for the teacher overload? Jenny?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 7-0. Thanks, Terry. Resolution 1920-136, approval of OPEB study, evaluation study.
So moved.
Motion by Dick. Second by Joe. Ryan, are you going to speak to this, or is?
I can. I don't know if there's a whole lot to speak to. So this is key benefits concepts. Our audit requires that every 2 years you have a new study done to capture your OPEB liability. And then the year after that, they just do table updates. So they're taking like, what is your post-employment benefit plan? What is your exposure? It takes like an employee roster and all that stuff. And then they update it all. To be honest, nothing's changed in the last 2 years, so basically they're just gonna update their roster and put it into a table that is gonna make its way into the audit binder, and then our auditors will tell DPI that it's been completed. So when we go back to talking about our audit findings, I'm talking to Scott last night, if we don't fulfill that, it's gonna go in there, correct? You said you've had experience with, if we don't do it?
If we're not funding it?
No, if we don't get this.
Oh, yeah,
study
yeah,
done.
it comes as a negative. If you don't do the study, it shows up in your audit that you did not follow through, and you didn't do your due diligence.
We got 2 years left. Is it totally gone then in 2 years?
I can bring that forward to you, so I almost feel like I wanted a board over here, like I was about to get superintendent principal mode here, like, here we go, well, I have something to write on, so I'll just speak to it here. So, all right, ran through some words out there, OPEB. OPEB is other post-employment benefits. So right now in the state of Wisconsin, if you work in a public school, the school district pays for half the retirement plan, and then the employee pays the other. That is not what this is. That's the Wisconsin retirement system. That is the retirement benefit, right? The other post-employment benefit, that we have one thing here in the district, and those are health reimbursement accounts, okay? So the district made some major moves in how we're funding the health retirement accounts. So we have, and this is all in the handbook, by the way, so it's in the employee handbook, the teacher handbook. There's 6 tiers to it. All new hires, no matter how many years of service, you're new to the district, you're in tier 6, is what it comes down to. And it has a maximum amount of like $22,000, that's their OPEB. That's a maximum amount. So there's an amount of money that goes in there per year that we have in the handbook that says, here's how much we